Well, hello again, my friends. So, I lied to all of you. I said I was not going to do any more pack openings, most likely for a while. However, it appears I have a Christmas gift that came in a little bit late. I can't even fit it in here. However, it is the Magic the Gathering gift bundle for the Spider-Man set. I know a lot of people are not as big of fans of this set. I'm gonna try to adjust my camera here. I know. As I said in the last video, I am not worried too much about things being incredibly professional looking. But I picked this up and I figured some of you might want to see this. Try to clear my desk off a little bit, but I've only got a little room to work with, so here we go. I appreciate you if you are watching this video. If you decide to turn away, I do not blame you. I would encourage you to take a look at my other channel, which I know it's been a hiatus over there too. Not quite as long as it was on this channel, but Blam Truckers, where Beas and I just deal with all sorts of stuff geek and try to keep a positive spin attitude on that. So here we go. Alrighty. So I would got this open, or actually, looks like I don't have to. There is a little tear strip right on the bottom. All right. So let's see what we've got in here. Most of you probably, if you looked at this already, most of you probably already know what this includes. However, we're going to go through this together, like the friends we are. So first, got a little Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man cover, his first appearance, for those of you who may know, and the Soul Stone, the first of 6. We know we got some more Marvel sets coming out next year, or most likely, probably this year. I'm hoping to post this on New Year's Day, so Happy New Year to you. It is currently New Year's Eve, but the Soul Stone. And I would like to give a great thanks to the delivery driver who delivered this for illegally stuffing this in my mailbox because they did not want to walk up my stairs, possibly ruining other packages for my wife. Next, we have a Spider-Man kind of foily box with some various comic strip portions on there. Magic the Gathering, Marvel. And then the other side, also Spider-Man, but going in the other, trying to keep it within there. Might need to adjust my camera. I just can't bring it up much higher. So, let's see what's in the box. All right, first. Now, I had picked up the pre-release bundle, and it did come with a life counter, but it was normal D20 size. This, on the other hand, which I've dropped on the ground, is quite a bit bigger. If you want to compare it to the size of my thumb, and if I can find not have my dice and counters in my immediate vicinity, but let's just say this is quite a bit bigger. Also appears to be slightly discolored towards the bottom. That's very interesting. Maybe made incorrectly. I'm not sure. But we'll just put that at the bottom so that we can measure, and we will have it show Spidey. All right, so additionally, what we've got in here is some counters, a little kind of scene card, again, of Amazing Fantasy 15. This thing has seen better days, but again, some more tokens. Another little card there. Yeah, and then what you guys all really came for, probably, the packs. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 play boosters, 1 collector's booster, pack of lands, as well as some additional promo cards. So we are going to actually start with the good stuff. Let's start with the collector booster. This is my first ever collector booster, outside of the single card ones you get in some of the pre-cons. So I am very excited just because I can't buy collector boosters. It's just too much money for me. I'm not a Magic the Gathering YouTuber. I am just a regular guy who needs to be able to, pay his rent, mortgage, what have you. So let's get started. I have a Human Citizen Treasure Token foil. Ooh, I have the Eddie Brock Venom Lethal Protector card. And so, for Eddie, legendary creature, human hero villain, When he enters, return target creature card with mana value of 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And pay 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, 1 green to transform Eddie Brock. Activate only as a sorcery. He is a 2 colorless, 1 black cost, but you're going to need a couple other colors of mana to get him to turn into Venom, the lethal protector. Menace, trample, haste. Whenever Venom attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards. Then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrifice creature's mana value. He is a very nice, with guest starring Spider. Be careful, he's going to probably get sleeved. Like I said, I normally don't buy these ones, so wasn't sure what to expect. I have a Skyward Spider, or you know what? Here, let me go back. Let me do what I was doing previously. I've got a Borderless Unexpected Windfall, because let's face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. I've got a Spider Sense, instant web slinging, counter target instant spell, sorcery spell, or triggered ability. Woohoo! I have Hide on the Ceiling, another Borderless. Exile X target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior. Flying, Venom Blast, artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tap. And then just an island. Raging Goblinoid, Chameleon Master of Disguise, Rhino Barreling Brute, Living Brain, Mechanical Marvel, and that will do it for our uncommons. And for our commons, we got Alchemist Slayingbot, Spider Islanders, Spider-Man No More, Passenger Ferry, and Skyward Spider. I'm going to be a bit more careful with these than I was with the previous cards. So, pardon me, and I will probably sleeve them each. Alright, so next let's go through. This looks like it's just lands, but we'll take a quick look. Yep, just some various spider lands. Nothing big, some borderless, some bordered. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine there. Then cards to tell you how to play Magic. However, if you're starting off with this as your intro to Magic, I mean this bundle, not necessarily this set. You may want to choose something different, like some of the starter decks. Like the Final Fantasy starter deck, you can still find for about $20 online at least, and I know that you can even find it sometimes a little bit cheaper at some other places. Here we go. So this is the promo card, which is included with everything, or I say promo, but whatever. Venom Remorseless, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Whenever, now this is very shiny. Okay, sorry guys, I can't quite get it in focus, and the foil doesn't help. But Death Touch and Lifelink, and whenever Venom attacks, until end of your turn, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Very cool. Alright, and then realistically, just a bunch of foil lands. The borderless, and then bordered. So, kind of cool. I may toss her into a deck. We shall see. But now, for the regular packs. Now, I'm not saying whether these cards are actually good, or whether you would enjoy putting them into your decks, or even if you could build a good deck with them. I do like Spider-Man, though, so I'm semi-appreciative of this set. It doesn't quite fit with the normal Magic motif, but that doesn't bother me too much. I know it does bother some other people, which is fine. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. This token, and for my land, Savage Mansion. Foil, we have Secret Identity. And then for our rare, we have Morloon, Devourer of Spiders. Lifelink, he enters with X 1/1 counters on him. His cost is X, colorless, and 2 black. And when he enters, he deals X damage to target opponent. Not bad. Then for our uncommons, we have Web Warriors. We have Sandman's Quicksand, Sudden Strike, and then we have our common. I know I went through a little bit more with the collector booster, but not too worried about it with these. Hopefully you can pause. I know that I in my last videos kind of cut some stuff out. I apologize. I just did quick edit on the software, but didn't want the video being too long. Here we go. Okay. The copy and human citizen token there. The Borderless Mountain. For foil, we have Molten Man, Inferno Incarnate, and for our rare, we have Origin of Spider-Man. I will go ahead and read this. Create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. That is for his first saga turn. Number 2, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It becomes a legendary spider hero in addition to its other types. And for the third saga, or for the third lore counter, whatever, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. And this is a 1 colorless, 1 white cast. Got a, for the, wow, I cannot speak straight today, but I'm not going to be doing really any edits outside of the normal quick edit stuff. So, here we go. For our uncommons, we have a Borderless Spider-Man Noir, Morbius Living Vampire, Terrific Team Up, and the Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Not bad. And then we got our commons. You can pause if you like, if you want to look close. But that's it. Alright, next pack. As I said, it is New Year's Eve, and people are asking me if I have New Year's Eve plans. Which I do, but realistically it's just me working. My job has me on call, and I can be called at any given time. So unfortunately, I don't leave my house. Wish I could, because it would be a lot more fun. Alright. Next pack, we got the normal token, Spider and Treasure. Got our Sinister Hideout land, the Skyward Spider foil, and for our rare, we have Arachne, Psionic Weaver. She's a 2 colorless, 1 white with web slinging. And as Arachne enters, look at an opponent's hand, then choose a card type other than creature. Spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast, 1 more colorless to cast. And I knew her better as Spider-Woman when I first started. Different Spider-Woman. Alright. Then for our uncommons, we have the Spider Slayer, Hatred Honed, Flying Octobot, Silver Sable Mercenary Leader. And then we have our... There we go. Again, I'm sorry that this just... I plan on getting a new camera eventually. This is just a basic webcam. Please feel free to complain in the comments, but I make no money off these videos because I am not popular at all. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe if you want me to get enough people so that I can actually afford to get better equipment. Do the same over at Blam Truckers. Alright, so for our next pack, we got a food token. Oh, that is just really off. It's working yesterday, but whatever. Alright, see what I can do. We got a foil University Campus Land. We've got a foil Ezekiel Sims Spider Totem. Let's see if I can just get this to fold. Right, anyways. For my rare, I have Spider Punk. He is 1 colorless, 1 red. Who I really would like to get in focus. Alright, I'll just hold him up here for now. 1 colorless, 1 red. Riot. Other spiders you control have Riot. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. Spider Punk. Borderless. Not bad. For our uncommons, we have Hobgoblin, the Mantled Marauder. We have Madam Web, Clairvoyant, and Green Goblin, Revenant. Not bad. Then, here come the comments. Okay. There you go. Now time for the next pack. Well, only got 5 more to go, including this upcoming one. Will I get a Soulstone? Probably not. But hey, we'll see what happens. Alright, so Spider and Treasure token. Got our land there. Our foil, we have Craven's Cats. And this time we have 2 rares. We have Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. And Radioactive Spider. Radioactive! For Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor, whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an Ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus and tap and you may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus without paying mana cost. Not bad at all. And she is a 1 blue cost. I can think of her in many non-Spider-Man decks that I would like to use her in. For the radioactive spider, cost 1 green, has Reach and Death Touch, Fateful Bite, 2 colorless, sacrifice this creature, search your library for a spider hero card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle, activate only as a sorcery. It's a 1/1. She's a 0/2. Alright. Now for the uncommons, we have Spider-Girl Legacy Hero, we have Daily Bugle Building, and we have Heroes Hangout. I actually have all of these from other packs I had opened earlier this year, but hey, not bad. And then the rest of come. All right, if you want to take a look at some of those a bit more closely, please feel free to pause the video if you can. All right, here we go. We got 4 more packs remaining. All right, I'm not going to bother with the tokens, whatever. We've got a Bordered Forest. I think it's the first bordered land card I've gotten in a pack that for a basic land. Got a foil subway train, and for our rare, we have Urban Retreat. It's a land, enters tapped. You can add green, white, or blue. Return a tapped, and you can pay 2 to return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. Put this card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a source. All right, and for our uncommons, we have Spider-Man Heroic Horde, Flash Thompson Spider-Fan, and Raging Goblinoids. Confused with something else that ends in oids. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go ahead and just go through the rest of the comments here. And there we go. Okay, so I'll pick these up. Go. 3, 2, 1. Contact. Yeah, I did not time that well. There's our token. Get ourselves a foil bordered plains. Ooh, got ourselves a foil Arachne Psionic Weaver. Not bad. She is a rare. She's a foil rare. And we got another Morlun Devourer of Spiders. Not going to read them off again, because just like with Arachne, we already have her. So, let's go through the uncommons. Wisecrack, Pictures of Spider-Man, and Sun Spider, Nimble Webber. Not bad. And we'll just go through, show all our... I think I'm going to have a lot of Venom, Evil Unleashed, but it's a common, so I shouldn't be surprised. Alright, second to last pack. Will we get a Soul Stone? Probably not. Here's our token, and we have a Borderless Plains. We have a foil Web Up, and for our first rare, we have Strength of Will, which is a 1 colorless, 1 green instant. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains indestructible, and whenever this creature is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. For our other rare, we have a Saga Enchantment, Origin of Spider-Man, which we got already, so I'm not going to bother rereading that. Not bad. Okay. So for our uncommons, we have a Costume Closet, a Spider Bite Web Warden, and Aunt May. Wonderful Aunt May. Alright, and then we've got our commons. There we go. Alright, 1 pack remaining. I'm as sad as the rest of you are. Just 1 little old pack, and then Spider-Man packs are done for today. I'm told that I have some additional Christmas gifts coming in. I've been starting playing Magic a bit more. I don't really do Friday Night Magic or anything like that. Or if that's what they still call it. What it was back in the day. I'm assuming they still are. But I have fun playing with my friends who I see a couple of times a year. And maybe I will start, go into some local community stuff. I am just a hermit. There's a token. For our land, we have a Borderless Mountain. For our foil, we have another Morlun, Devourer of Spiders. For our first rare, we have Friendly Neighborhood, which is an enchantment aura. 3 colorless, 1 white, enchant land. When this aura enters, create 3 1/1 green and white human citizen creature tokens. And the enchanted land has a 1 cost and tap. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. And for the other rare I got, it is Spider Punk, just the bordered version this time. So there's no point in me reading it up. All right, for our uncommons, we have another Ezekiel Timms, we have a Prowler Claude Thief, and we have the SP/DR piloted by Penny. Woohoo! Not bad at all. And here we go for our common. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, that was our last pack. I appreciate you guys sitting with me throughout all of this. If you got here to the end, congratulations. You are a true fan. Or you were really bored. Probably the second. Anyways, I appreciate you for joining us. Check us out on Blam Blam Truckers as well, or don't. Your call. I might be I've been told I have some more stuff coming in, so I might be doing some more pack openings because these are easy to do and I don't have to do a whole lot of editing on them. So I hope you have a wonderful new year, a wonderful day, and we'll see how many more of these I get out. You guys keep being fantastic.